Y'all know what time is it? It's 10 p.m. And it's time again for the midnight run. It's me. It's that VINCE. How y'all folks doing tonight? Got a lot to go over. As of right now, the Mr. Olympia prejudging is going on. And if you guys are wondering whether I'm watching it or not, the answer is hell no. And the reason being is because for the live stream, they are charging $69.99 just for the premium. And then $29.99 for the amateur events. You know, and it's bullshit pricing like this is the reason why people decide to go ahead and hack it and basically bootleg the Mr. Olympia live stream. This is just ridiculous, folks. $100 just the live stream. You know what I'm saying? That just isn't right, folks. But that's quite all right there. You know, I'll go and check the pictures and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to go and bootleg any of the pictures or anything like that. That's just not my thing. But I'm kind of disappointed this year. You know, I don't mind paying $30 for it, but $70 and then $30 to watch the amateur Olympia events, that's crazy. So first off, folks, as always, tell me out there, what are you drinking and what are you smoking? So I'll go ahead and begin. I have the 1876 Reserve hand-rolled Dominican cigar. Got a little bit of brandy and got my water here. So tell me, folks, what are y'all drinking and smoking tonight there in the comment chat? All right. Nobody ain't drinking nothing. Nobody ain't smoking nothing. not sure as far as to Jay Masters' issue with the with John Romano. I probably put the beef behind me and John Romano, and some people got upset. But you got to remember, we have been going at it for like 25 years, literally since 1997. You gotta in life, you gotta sometimes cut the malarkey. 25 years is long enough. I don't know what Jay Masters' issue is with John Romano. You would really have to ask John Romano on that. It's very interesting. I don't even think John Romano may not even know who Jay Masters is here. No, I'll make videos about Chuck Basher, but I won't be dating him anytime soon. Yeah, I heard about the World Poker Tour. Yeah, it's setting a record there this year. A good close to the year, actually. But folks, tell me what you're drinking and smoking, Pug Man. How you doing there tonight, there, buddy? Appreciate the donation, the super thanks that you left me the other day. Let's see. Come on, folks. Don't tell me y'all are drinking nothing but water. Speaking of which, I do got water anyway. Oh, Masters has here audio files. That's just kind of odd there. I've never seen Romano talk about Masters here. I mean, it's just unusual. You ain't got nothing, Pug Man? That's all right. We good there. So, Low is drinking water. IG, you got to be more specific there. I don't know what IG. Are you referring to IGA beer or something, or? More satellites for the. Okay. That's very interesting there. I mean, it's better just to gamble than to actually buy NFTs or gamble on the Federal Reserve. They raised interest rates again. I'm losing money, folks, in the stock market. Again, my Verizon stock is going back down. It went up a bit and it went back down, but that's okay. That's the way it is. No, they're not free in PJ. PJ doesn't have any information to give to the feds, You gotta if you wanna get free by the feds, you gotta give them something to return. If you're doing 5 years, you gotta give them something that gives somebody else 5 or 10 years. It's all part of that negotiation. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it was very I think Blessing embarrassed himself there. There's no need to hype a show like this. They tried this whenever NBC was doing their thingamajig, and they had Kai Green and Phil Heath go and fake an argument on stage, something that's never happened in literally the 60 years of Mr. Olympia's. I don't think that's ever happened in any bodybuilding show, ever, but it's just to build up hype. But Blessing's going to be in the back of the bus with, not like Rosa Parks. She at least got the front. He's going to get the back of the bus. So, in this show. Masters Instagram is, ooh. Well, you're right. PJ never deserved what he got. But just as Gigi Allen said, you don't get what you want. You get what you deserve. Kaiser, what's up there? Welcome to the Midnight Run as always. So, folks, it's time to light that cigar. Blue flame time, folks. Let's get her running. And then we're going to start answering questions. When's the last time I've been to a strip club? Which type of gay or straight strip club? The straight strip club was like 20 years ago whenever I was an engineer at Icon. Went to this strip club with a bunch of coworkers. The last gay strip club, or technically gay strip club, was when I was in Vegas in 2007. But I have not been to a strip club in at least 15 years. It's red. Oh, that's right. I changed cameras. Once I get this camera fixed, it'll be back to the purple flame. So, because I don't want to use this one for too long. Ah. Yeah, but strip clubs are going the way of the dodo because now you got internet porn and stuff and OnlyFans and thing like that. Uh, I know there's a strip club about 3 miles down from me, but it's all busted up there. The strippers have gunshot wounds and stuff like that. Wrinkles. It's a 1876 reserve. It's Dominican. It's got Dominican long filler, Cameroon wrapper. But no surprise, J Master's Instagram is down. You go and put up that type of personal information, Mark Zuckerberg is going to get upset at you. Well, Kaizen, I think that people pay for OnlyFans is because they get a more personal relationship with that type of person there. I could see the attraction of someone going to an OnlyFans page as opposed to going to a strip club. Because I think, and from what people tell me, is it's a lot more interactive. I don't know how or anything like that. Just as long I don't go up there simply because it's a waste of money there, in my opinion. I started smoking cigars when I came back to Greenville in 2016. Under extreme stress, doctor wanted me to go on a bunch of pills and stuff like that. I decided on cigars instead. So I've been smoking cigars since 2017. One other thing that factored in, of course, is I'm no longer competing in bodybuilding. Whenever I was competing, I was pretty much straight edge, like. So I pretty much lived straight edge whenever I was competing. So, you guys familiar with straight edge? Well, Peter, that's called ghost restaurants. You're gonna find that a lot more common because there's a bigger profit potential in it. And you got to be really careful about the names here. A lot of the major companies are doing it. For example, Cosmic Wings is actually Applebee's. Hootie's Bait and Tackle, that's actually Hooters. Uh, it's it's a it's a new business there. It's a good business model to where everything's virtual. You can lease a much smaller space. You don't have to really do much advertising. People can come and pick up the food and everything. I think there's going to be a lot more abuses in the restaurant industry with these ghost kitchens. But good question to ask there. I've not asked that better. I'm going to the Swordfish tomorrow, by the way, right around 4 o'clock. I think I'll do a live stream showing y'all a picture of the outside of the building, but we'll see. It probably would, but I never tried it because I didn't smoke at the time whenever I was competing. Yep, straight edge sober. I didn't drink neither. No drinking, no smoking, no anything, not even coffee. But yeah, I used to be straight edge. Yeah, it is a derulic. Yeah, paying money for pixels. I mean, porn is pretty much free on the internet. I was an electronics engineer. But for a very short time, I went to ITT Tech. But once TT Tech went down under, pretty much my degree was mush. The same thing actually happened to Billy Guns. He went to a electronics engineering school similar to mine, and it also went tank up. I mean, I could probably get another engineering job or so, but you know, that's a past life. I've actually had a date lick my face one time, and I licked them back, and I also licked her back. So I've actually had a girl and a guy lick my face before, and lick around my neck there. It was kind of cool there. So that's right, Pugman, the swordfish. I was gonna go the other week there, but you know I got caught up. The reservation list is pretty long, and I had to make one on Tuesday just to go Saturday, so it's pretty packed at this point, just to get a bar stool. No, I know some people. I mean, I've never heard of anyone adding ice to beer, but you really shouldn't. There, it should be straight with a little bit of foam. Well, obviously, I'm no longer straight edge. But, you know, part of the straight edge was to make sure I was focused on competing in bodybuilding. But I wasn't just bodybuilding, I was doing some modeling as well. But like I said, those days are long behind. So, I mean, nowadays my life is more relaxing. You know, I have middle aged people's problems. You know, like I said, I turned 46 in a couple of months here. So, at this point in time, I really want to enjoy life, you know. Well, you can actually bring your liquor into the Swordfish Club and you can actually have them store it for a fee, actually. And they'll keep your favorite liquor up there. I should wear a pimp suit? You know, that's a pretty good idea. But it would be just a general suit. But thanks again for the donation there. I'm always welcome to new ideas for this channel. Antonio, I got rid of cable, so I no longer watch AEW. I still have Hulu for free, uh, so I still can watch all of the WWE if I wish the very next day. But I got rid of cable. The only thing I actually pay for is Discovery Plus because they got $1 Million Listing. They got a number of great shows. Paramount and Peacock is included with my Amex Platinum. I just paid my Amazon membership, so I also have Amazon Video. And then the one thing I watch the most is Pluto because they got all the classic shows. So, and then I got my antenna. So with all that, why do I need cable for? But no, I don't watch AEW anymore. But AEW is just settling in. It's like you buy a brand new car, you have that new car smell, and now that new car smell is gone, you just have a car. So Yeah, I am in better shape than Vegan Gains. I'm going to be in a lot better shape there. Like I said, my weight is coming down pretty quick there. You may not notice it in the face or anything because that's the last place any fat or anything leaves is my face. I'm sort of like Dexter Jackson, I guess. I have never heard of Walter Lee Hampton. Uh, like I said, I've not spoken or saw him. It looks like he still has his. I think he still has the bump on his head there. So I guess he got some anabolics for it, but we'll see. May swell up again like a pumpkin if he's not too careful. I'm just curious as to how the hell did he get the staph infection. I mean, he doesn't go to a gym or anything like that. An animal can't really pass it to you or anything. Richard has absolutely no explanation for a staph infection. Other than maybe he keeps his house dirty or maybe he hit his head on his gym set. But it's always weird with him, so. I pay YouTube. I pay Facebook to advertise. I have easy wireless advertisements that I use. But I didn't know that Facebook pays for videos. I'll have to check that out. PS5, I think those are great lifts there. If it's the one thing you want to judge your lifts by is simply this here. As long as you're burning out, as long as your muscles are getting sore and you're putting yourself in a position to rebuild those muscles each and every time, you're going to be in good shape with those lifts there. You just want to make sure that you're getting that actual workout. What's the future of the IFBB? I think some of the physiques are going to tone down a bunch. That's why there's a classic physique. I think people are getting tired of having cows walking the stage with abs. Yeah, he could have hit him with a forearm. Jasmine could have hit her with the forearm shiver. You know, she's getting pretty big lately there. Have you guys have noticed that? I mean, shoot. I mean, she looks almost. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. She looks almost like a running back. I mean, she could probably run that I formation like a motherfucker, you know. Hut 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 hut. But anyway, eh, but I don't know. Something happened to. I mean, something happened to him there. But I like Jasmine. Jasmine's a nice person there, you know. But, you know, every once in a while I got to tell a joke there. So, Jasmine, if you're listening, I'm sorry. You are technically my cousin's wife-in-law, I guess, if that makes any sense. T-bar row's a good exercise when you don't have regular row machines. That's what I used to do back in the day. I used to train at a real crappy gym, and I would just take some barbell plates and put them on, you know, a bar on one side and do those lifts. And I didn't use the T-bar or anything like that. I just used the bar itself. That's a great way to build your back. Yep, Pugman, eat big to get big. I am 45 years old, Greg. I turned 46 in April. I don't feel like I'm 45, at least not right now. Malak, thanks again for that donation. I appreciate you supporting the channel here. No, I didn't watch Killer Sally on Netflix because I don't have Netflix. I'm not gonna pay for TV unless I'm on TV or on the live stream. So. But I actually pay Google more than, well, not at this point in time, I guess. So. I like Jasmine. If you've seen some of her live streams that she does, they're kind of cool actually. I actually like Jasmine's live streams whenever she does them. So I'll tune in sometimes and watch them. Which anime character could win the Mr. Olympia with their physique? Probably Vegeta. Vegeta's always been cut to pieces. Malak, I am nearsighted. I've worn glasses since the sixth grade, and my teacher, Mr. Smathers, actually uh, found out that I was fuzzy because I was always looking kind of funny at the blackboard. Big Rami's gonna win the Mr. Olympia hands down. I mean, Crizzo's looking good. I mean, he went and took off his shirt and he was looking awesome in that tank top there. I'd fuck him. I'm just joking. So, but anyway, Crizzo was looking good in the tank top and everything. But I think Rami's got it. Yeah, Kylie does everything for the views. It doesn't matter if he's taking a piss. He always does things for the view. Yes, I've watched and read Berserk before. Hell no, I said that in the very beginning, bro. Train. I'm not gonna pay $70 just to live stream to Mr. Olympia. And a lot of people are telling me that stream is messing up anyway. Crizzo looked great at the conference here, and he had the balls to actually take off his shirt and show and put the tank top on. So yeah, the Nautilus machines are really great. Just remember, don't spend too much time on those Nautilus machines. Make sure you just get the free weights as well. Me and Dave Palumbo have always been good for many years. I think we've only had one Tissel, but that lasted all for like 2 weeks. Yeah, speaking of Dave, I told Dave about Sean. He looked pretty good there. He's a clear winner for that 212. I've not gotten around to it there, Minister T. I may do that, but I won't eat McDonald's. I hate McDonald's. No, I didn't hear about the shooting in Australia. You have to remember I'm an American there. But write down in the chat what happened there. I don't really have a personal best on squat or deadlifts. My best bench was 395. I was not a power lifter. I was a bodybuilder, so I didn't really focus much on squat or deadlift. I know I could squat and deadlift when I was on the juice and whenever I was still in the competition mode. I just never kept up with it. The only thing I really kept up with is just the bench. But I think I can do 900 on the squat. I'm kidding. So, yeah, I'll probably be back on After Hours or another show, but not anytime soon. This is the holiday season. It's my most busiest to where I'm working on some sites, and I'm actually changing out a product line on Caliber Gym right now. I've not seen Mayor of Bodybuilding for quite some time. I think he's still moderating the MD forums, unless something's happened. Schwarzenegger and Frank Zane would be awesome in the classic physique show. I mean, they would literally kill it, but not in the professional division as it stands right now. They would get, you know, they would win the classic physique hands down, but they wouldn't win the regular Mr. Olympia. Yeah, Jason Blaha can outlift me. I mean, he trains as a power lifter every single day. So I'm more than sure Jason Blaha can outlift me. And that's perfectly fine. He can't out pimp me, you know. So oh, there is. I mean, I know a little Spanish. Remember, I was a corrections officer, so that's natural to learn the language here. You know, I had a Spanish girlfriend too, and yes, girlfriend as in having a vagina. So yeah, some of his guests get paid in supplement samples or just to promote their products. Dave just asked me to be on the show. He didn't pay me anything, and I didn't ask for anything. I somewhat agree with you there, Minister, but I think the best league was back in the '60s. Actually, that's just my opinion because there was a bigger focus on the vacuum pose. Probably 200, but you know you really should check with a doctor because it's really up to a doctor to determine whether you're going to need TRT or not. And you know it'd be kind of reckless of me to speak about any medical advice without having that type of experience because low testosterone is going to vary from individual to individual. There's not just a set number for a particular person. Well, Greg, that's Blaha keeps up with that because it's called an aura of arrogance. I think I've answered this a million times. I would never date someone like Kali Muscle. Even if he was someone I was attracted to as far as physique wise, you know, the biggest thing is his personality. It sucks, you know. With me, it's got to be more than just looks. I can always get looks. You got to have a good personality. You have to be humble. You have to be, you know, you have to be down to earth, in other words, you know. And Kali Muscle definitely isn't down to earth. Plus, he's a criminal, too. You know, I don't date criminals. uh, no, Blaha probably couldn't outfight me neither, but who cares? Like I said, it's always important sometimes to walk away from stuff like that because with everyone pulling out guns and stuff, you know. TRT is not a scam, it's for a medical condition. Some people use the disguise of TRT in order to get steroids, but TRT in itself isn't a scam. Like I said, I mean, there's legitimate people that have genetic conditions to where their testosterone is low. It's important to check your prostate on a regular basis. Especially at my age, I have to definitely get it checked every year. Jacob, he's still doing criminal activity, you know. I'm not I get that he paid his debt to society there, but he's still messing around there and I'm not, you know, he's still in the he's still conducting criminal activity. I mean, Kali Muscle may be out, but his head is still in prison no matter what. Well, Blaha has the worst genetics around. But one thing I will give him that he may be a Nazi, maybe an idiot and a moron and a goof and everything like that. But at least he trains and you don't see him getting hurt like Vegan Gains. So, I mean, he runs a powerlifting channel there, you know. I don't know what Larry Wheels is on. He's been changing his story a bunch of times here. I would honestly say that he's still on TRT. Yep. Mm-hmm. Do I ever go to the bar? Not as much as I used to. I will go to, of course, a swordfish. Uh, but I've not really been going to the bar late. I don't usually go to the bar around this time of the year because it gets pretty cold. The reason being is I like drinking. If I'm gonna go to the bar, I want to drink outside on the patio and stuff. I don't want to be in all mushed up with everyone. Swordfish Club is a little bit different though. Yeah, agreed, KCB. He is stronger than Vegan Gains here. And Vegan Gains is just jealous of him there. So, which he has no reason to be jealous of him. He's crazy. What's it, Tuda? If you want to change your name, more power to you there. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people are streaming tonight there. It's kind of weird. And they're streaming earlier than me, I guess, because I guess they're afraid of the impact I have once my live stream comes up. So, mm. I think Vegan Gains lives in squalor. Blaha lives like a powerlifting hermit there. I would choose Vegan Gains' place over Blaha's because at least I can clean up Vegan Gains' place there. When it comes to Blaha, he doesn't have nothing but a bed in there and like an exercise bike. Everything else is all weights and stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can clean up Vegan Gains' house. I can throw both of them out, take off all that junk, get rid of all the animals and the stank ass rabbits and stuff like that. Vegan Gains' house can be cleaned. I would also bring a maid in to clean up the couch and any other furniture. But I can at least live in Vegan Gains. I couldn't live in Blaha's place. I would rather live in Vegan because Vegan Gains' place I can clean up. Blaha, he has nothing in his house. You know. Well, that's what happens when you abuse steroids, Low. Catches up with you, and he's used them for. He started using them at a very young age. Wonder why they blocked that comment for. Blaha's house may be a powerlifting mecca, but you have to understand it's a house. You're supposed to have a living room, a dining room, and a bedroom. He has none of that. Every single room is just weights and shit. It's ridiculous. Hey, Steve. Glad you decided to tune in. Welcome to the Midnight Run. This cigar is burning pretty quickly. Well, we already have one PS5. We got Arnold's son there. That one that son that he had from banging that Mexican maid there. I mean, I think she's Mexican. Well, let's just say Spanish here. But yeah, that's it. That's his blood there. Nothing beats the next Arnold Schwarzenegger than someone from his own crew. Everyone else that I've seen, his other sons look like garbage. Yeah, he eats off a box squat. He has nothing in his house. I can't deal with that. It's kind of funny because Trump a couple of years ago said NFTs were a scam. Do I think he's desperate for attention and money? No. I mean, you have to understand, he's probably consulted with a bunch of people. Trump is a businessman. If something is going to actually sell after consulting, then more power to him. You can't get upset at someone at a businessman for doing business and marketing a product. That's Trump. Trump is a businessman. Before he was president, He was a businessman. So these are things that I would expect a businessman to do. So no hate on Trump. Diverse. I mean, there shouldn't. I mean, that's an odd question to be honest with you, Steve. You take a bunch of steroids and you show up. Anyone can take a bunch of steroids, win their pro card, and be on the Mr. Olympia stage after they qualify. So I mean, it doesn't really need to be diverse. Whoever wins, it wins. It's a competition. You got to qualify for it. You know. What's up, Andrew? Welcome to the show tonight. KCB, I don't know what he got there, but it doesn't matter. He's a businessman. I wish a lot of other people were businessmen. People got to start taking care of the business. You can't expect the government to take care of you. That's a problem with some people. They expect the government to give them everything. And they're waiting for things. I mean, Newsom is wanting to give a $330,000 reparations. It makes me want to move over to California, but on the other hand, I mean, is that a real priority? It's I'd rather have freedom and justice over some substance. There's no benefit to give a bunch of crackheads $330,000. I'm sure the vast majority of black folks will do good with the money and invest it properly. But, that's not the point of things there. In order to give $335,000 to each person, you got to take from somebody else here. I mean, that's no fuzzy math. I was not really a fan of Tupac because Tupac's a West Coast rapper, and I'm from the East Coast. So, I mean, when I was growing up in the hood, we played East Coast music. We played no West Coast. We played no Tupac or anything. But Tupac was a great hip-hop artist there. It's just something that, we didn't play because I'm an East Coast I'm an East Coast person. And at that time, East Coast and West Coast was beefing, so. Well, I mean, that's on private property, Bean Smasher. They're not being sued so much by the government. It's just someone who owns the property is complaining to the government, and the government is suing there. Uh, Not only that, I don't think shipping containers will keep the borders clean. What we need is Constantine wire and landmines. That'll definitely keep people out there. Why spend billions of dollars on walls and stuff like that? You get some barbed wire, some Constantine wire, and a few landmines. That'll take care of that shit in a minute there. Nobody will cross. And I do mean nobody. Well, Greg, I always listen to a lot of jazz here. Oh, Andrew, in case you missed it, I'm smoking a Dominican hand-rolled cigar. I got brandy and I got water. Yes, Andy. And most of those times I've gotten drunk to where I was in the toilet was usually in Vegas or in Asheville, or at a very wild party. But it's been a long time since I've got that drunk, and I mean, we're talking maybe again another 15, 20 years ago. Well, of course you're going to get canceled there, Tree Man. You got to be careful. Got to watch the language there. It's not Fox News's it's not Fox News's fault. It's going to be YouTube. They automatically pick up on things. They automatically block certain comments up here. Biggie Smalls is a awesome rapper, and hip hop artist. It's just that both of them didn't live their lives right. Neither Tupac or Biggie. They let some bitch control their lives, and that's why they're dead because of some woman. One thing's for sure: women will get. Women is mainly the women will get men killed there. I mean, they will. It's always over a woman, believe me. And two people died because of a woman. That and Tupac thought that Biggie got him set up there to get shot the first time. Well, remember, Nelly wasn't around in my day a lot, but I like Nelly. You know, there wasn't too big of a Southern movement other than the Two Live Crew at the time. Southern rap didn't get really too popular until the late 90s, and that's only because of, I mean, you had Outkast, but it's just that the media focused so much on the East Coast, West Coast beef. So it was delayed a little slightly. I mean, there was plenty of good Southern rap out there. It just wasn't focused on until the late 90s once the East Coast, West Coast bullshit passed. Genova's a good kid there, he just makes a lot of mistakes here. DeSantis wins. The election hasn't started yet. I mean, it's like 2 years away. No telling what's going to happen. Yeah, landmines. But you spelled mines wrong, but yeah. Constantine wire and landmines, we got plenty of government surplus. We got plenty of military surplus. It wouldn't cost us a dime. You know. The only reason why people like Pelosi wants to keep the borders open is so those Mexicans can run across and work those orange orchards in California. It's all a big scam. You gotta put two and two together. California is the biggest producer of oranges. Who's going to work those orchards? The Mexicans. And I love my Latino brothers, but and that's why I say that, because I don't want my Latino brothers being put through that. I mean, being ripped off and scammed, in other words, or because literally Pelosi and the rest of these people are exploiting these immigrants because they know they can pay them less. I'm glad Brittany Griner was released, but the thing about it is she was a dumbass for coming over there with some marijuana. I'm always going to be happy about anyone that's actually released from any prison overseas there, regardless as to who it is or what their politics are. But at the same time there, she should have known better. She's still an idiot, No, she shouldn't have rotted in jail. Dan Wilden should not rot. Nobody should rot in jail in prison. And I'm going to tell you, the prisons in Russia are not the same as the ones in America. She got sent to a penal colony, Those penal colonies in Russia are pretty horrible. And she got 9 years for marijuana. They don't give Russian citizens that. They give them usually probation and stuff. The only involvement I've had in an orgy is whenever they needed security. But no, I've never been actually involved in an orgy. Yeah, too much stuff can happen, No orgies. Don't worry about Griner. That was the story of the day. She's out. Who cares, I mean, for me to do that, I would have to care about the WNBA, which I don't, so. What's up, Robert? Welcome to the show. Well, Missouri is still technically the South, so. And Nelly is considered a Southern rapper there, so, Brittany Griner was a two-time Olympian there. I'm a big believer in the First Amendment. I like my guns and I like my freedom of speech there, A person should be able to wave a Confederate flag if they want. At the same time, they should be able to kneel. You can't make exceptions to any rules whatsoever. But for you the thing about, and this is the biggest thing, if someone's gonna get mad about someone kneeling, then you got to get mad over someone carrying Confederate flag. I don't have neither. I keep one in fact, I keep one of those flags in my closet for a skit that I used to do. You know, I like the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. We got to hold it up there. So, if we make exceptions to certain people, then you're not going to be a true constitutionalist. I consider Genova as a kid, even if he's 38. Who cares what she hates anyway? There's a lot of people that hate the flag. There's a lot of people out there that hate America. The one thing you have to focus on is, do you hate America? I don't hate America. I love America. Now, maybe everything in life in America hasn't gone right. Slavery, civil rights movement, people getting hung from trees and stuff. But this country is still better than any other country out there in the world. Believe me. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm proud to be an American. I don't care who isn't there. When I was in the military, I will die for this country here, literally. And I took an oath to that, folks. But if someone hates this country and is an American, it's still part of the First Amendment. I just don't hang around them. In fact, fuck them, if you don't like the country, Grandma got run over by a reindeer was played constantly at my high school, Irwin High School. So it's kind of annoying there. So I like my Latino brothers and sisters, Athens. Not just the twinks here. So well, I love you too, there, Andrew. I mean, like I said, I always love my Latino brothers. And one thing about my Latino brothers, when I go to their party or anything like that, they don't need no streamers or anything. They just need some front. They just need just a yard and some Coronas. Man, we used to get fucked up and stuff like that. Got the music playing and stuff. Love chilling with Mexicans here. Believe me, they are all right people. I went over my friend's house back a couple years ago. Brought that homemade tequila out. And then fixed some nice meal. Fixed some good ass tamales there. I'm telling you, them things was off the chain. God damn. I can still taste them things. You out, old retired? All right. Well, thanks again for tuning in there. So. Exactly, Kaizen. I mean, I didn't know who she was before she got in prison. Now she's out of prison. We don't have to talk about her anymore. Let her go back to her WNBA life. That's the most time I'll ever consider talking about the WNBA. Nobody on this channel watches it. If anyone watches the WNBA on this channel, give me a hell yeah. Don't worry, I'll wait. Yes, Robert, and I made a video about it. It's a prelude to him admitting to being on juice. I mean, hands down. I'll still be up here for another hour or so. But folks, don't worry about Brittany Grinder. If she's out, what we need to focus on is everybody else that's locked up. But here's the thing, folks. I don't know why people want to go to these other countries for. People locked up in Iran. Who goes to vacation in Iran or Iraq? You know, for humanitarian stuff. I mean, we got people starving here in America, and you can go to a vacation in America or at least go to one of our territories, at least like Ghana or, or something like that, Even, I mean, well, I wouldn't go to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is pretty dangerous. But you know what I mean. Why go to? I mean, it's like Trump said. One thing I'll agree with Trump is there's a lot of shithole countries out there. Literally, and you need to stay out of them. They're not. Iraq is not a vacation spot. Malaysia and especially Africa for me. If I go to Africa for being gay, I mean they'll beat me with fucking bamboo sticks. I mean not with bamboo sticks. They'll beat me with baseball bats and stuff like that. Yeah, she could be an ingrate, but who cares? It's a WNBA year. You're a whack. Oh boy. You're Native American there, so I mean, oh, this really is your country then, I mean, it's more your country than anybody else's there. Just keeping it real with you. Andrew Jack isn't not winning the show. He can go and talk all he wants here, but he's gonna be in the back. I don't know why I'm not watching Vegan Gains' live stream because I'm doing my live stream, so who knows? Well, divorces is it takes two to tangle with it. If one person wants to get divorced, Gilmore, you can't really do nothing about it. But hopefully you stay together for your kids there. I don't wish anyone getting divorced there. But sometimes you do got to let it go like I did. So I would never do OnlyFans. I would go back to Walmart and unload trucks. You know. Once I do OnlyFans, I pretty much lose self-respect for myself. Not going to do that. I've watched some of the Trailer Park Boys. But I think I only watched a couple of episodes. I don't really have an opinion on it there. I've not played video games in many years. I may actually start doing some for a live stream. Just a couple of ideas I'm thinking around. But it would mostly be shooter games. It wouldn't be none of this Gods of War stuff that Richard plays. Yeah, he did talk smack to him there, so. Yeah, they do love going to third world countries, and I don't know why. And a lot of gays and lesbians, a lot of my gay friends, I tell them not to go to Jamaica. Jamaica is the worst place for for someone in the LGBT community to go to. But yet they end up going there, and a lot of them get their asses beat. And I say I told you so. But one thing about me, I've been all over this country. There's a lot of great places in America that you can go on vacation to. A lot of places. If you're gonna, why spend all your money in another country? Spend money here in America. When you travel around to America, you go to a mom and pop. There's nothing like going out to Oklahoma, going into a mom and pop store. And last place there's a mom and pop's place, Ada, Oklahoma. Out in the middle of nowhere, it's there's many of these little niches out there in the country. I think everyone should have the opportunity to explore that before going to one of these shithole countries. Keep your money in America, folks. Don't give it to some turd. WNBA would be a lot better if women actually supported it, but that's the problem. If all the women supported it, it's fine. Think about it for a minute. All the Kim Kardashian is a billionaire. The reason being is she has a product that most women support. If every woman supported the WNBA, the women would be getting the same salaries as LeBron James. But they don't. They complain so much about salaries. It's because most women don't support the WNBA. They just don't. It's the same with professional wrestling. Women get lower pay because the women don't support it. It's the men. I had some friends of mine that got robbed there. Maybe it's cleaned up a little bit there, but I'm going by personal firsthand, not from my firsthand experience, but from what my friends were. But on the other hand, they were gay, so it may have been an experience for them. That's one thing about being gay or lesbian or anything like that. You definitely have to be careful where you travel to. I'm surprised Brittany, being a lesbian herself, didn't get a lot worse, and that may have factored in on her sentence just for being a lesbian. I don't know why. That's another reason why she's an idiot. Why go over to a place like Russia being gay or lesbian anyway? Stupid. Dumb bitch. Oh my gosh, I love Seinfeld. I'm glad you started getting into Seinfeld. Seinfeld is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. I love Seinfeld. Mm. Especially Kramer. Kramer's awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, it's good. A lot of people haven't watched That's why. That's why he's almost a billionaire, because of that show. Seinfeld's awesome. Yes, Athens. I think everyone's aware that he shoves things in his ass here. I've not been to Idaho before. There's a couple of states that I've not been to, but I would like to go. I'd like to. One of my biggest things I want to do is I want to go to every single state out there. If I'm going to go on vacation there, I'm going to somewhere in America. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I may go to Europe, but it would be on business. But when I vacation in America. I keep my dollars here in America. If I play blackjack in Las Vegas, my money's staying in America. If I play blackjack in Cherokee at Harris Casino, I'm keeping my money in American. You know. Why go and give it to an unwashed Iraqi for? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Or go to Jamaica and get my ass beat for being gay. There's a lot of countries out there to where if you go there, you're going to get your ass beat. Or get killed. Well, we got a lot of questions here, so I'll get them all in eventually. Yeah, Cheers is a great show too. The way you can judge 80 shows is if they win a lot of seasons, then it's probably going to be a good show. Yes, I've definitely been to Hilton Head dozens of times there. That's where the Hilton Head distillery is. That's where most of my alcohol comes from. I only stock products from the Hilton Head distillery. Johnny, you say that one more time, I'm gonna ban you for that. Just kidding. Seinfeld's an awesome show. But I can understand it doesn't grow on everyone. A show like that couldn't run in this day and age. It would be politically incorrect. You can't have things like the soup Nazi up there. for example. Well, Kaizen, just make sure you take a tour of the place. Make sure you get the crime rates and everything like that. And make sure there's stuff to do around there for you. As far as property is concerned. But you got the right idea though. I'm sure Vegan Games has been in a fight before, but probably not since he was a kid. I watched the Office movie. I've only watched a couple of episodes of The Office. But the reason why it's popular is because, that's a general corporate environment. The Office is pretty much the same way when I worked at Verizon or Alltel or a number of other companies. People watch The Office because most people can relate to it because, most people have had that, most people that's worked at a corporation, it's exactly the same down to the walls and the desk and the chairs and everything. No, LeBron James is not my type. I don't think Blaha has firearms anymore. I could be wrong. If he has firearms, I definitely don't want him having any. He shouldn't have any firearms. So one more puff. And remember, folks, when you put out a cigar, you twist it. Mm-hmm. All right. I think both of them, Wally, are pretty accurate. Running out of water. Hold on, folks. I'll be right back. Come on, man. All right, we got some water now, so. Well, Kaizen, that is possible there. I'm not watching the Olympia because I'm not going to spend $70 for a live stream, Danny. If I play the thong song up here, YouTube would give me a copyright warning. If I did a meet and greet, it would be at a bodybuilding show. Why does the Olympia happen every 4 years? Because it's such a large event, it takes about 4 years to organize. I mean, or I guess you're talking about the Olympics. The Olympics is a very huge event, so that's why it's only held every 4 years, because that's how long it takes here to prepare something like that. Yeah, he's not CIA or Special Forces. No, those rifles are not cheap at all. I'm sure that's a joke there, Quick Pump, but that's cool. Well, Blaha and Dahmer can't be friends because Dahmer is dead, unless you're talking about some other character on YouTube. Nah, I don't need an AK-47 or anything. I'll probably watch the Royal Rumble this year because it's free. Remember, I get Peacock, so I have access to all the WWE's pay-per-views. Well, yeah, KCB, that's the thing there. It's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of organizing for all the events. Blaha wouldn't last one day as a corrections officer. He would automatically be disqualified anyway because he doesn't have the temperament. Gold plated AK 47. You mean like that, what was the name of that black guy on The Sopranos? He had a gold plated AK 47 or gun too. It's just silly. I know, someone told me that earlier. I'm not sure why he ended his live stream early. I mean, but he still had that big purple bump up there. He may not have been feeling well. I'm not aware of Big Lenny's health scare. I saw him on his live stream a little bit watching Chuck Zito. But I'll check that out there once the stream ends as far as to what's going on. El Chapo actually had a couple of them, a couple of gold-plated guns. That's an interesting question because Jeffrey Dahmer seemed to like young gay black gay, guys here, so but they're both weirdos. Maybe they might have something in common, so hmm. How would I rate his physical appearance? Maybe a 5 or 6. I mean, for the poor genetics, at least he has some muscle. So with him being a power lifter, as opposed to a average everyday person, he's bigger than that there. But, that's as far as it actually goes. I don't think Vegan Gains is allowed to own a gun any longer. And not only that, Canada has really strict rules on owning firearms. It's not the same in America. Hmm. Been talking so much, that's why I had to go get some more water. Hmm. But yeah. That's one thing about Canada. A lot of restrictions there. Definitely not America, that's for sure. No, I've never owned a Rolex. The most expensive watch I actually have is Something from I think it's an Invicta Quadro Dragon. That's 300. I usually wear, this is my watch that I go to, is a Movano Museum. I got it on sale at Sam's Club for like $189. But this is my main watch that I wear, is a Movano. Either that or I'll wear my Movano. I also have my Orient Bambino. An Orient Bambino, folks, if you want an inexpensive watch but looks great on your wrist, either get a Movano Museum or get an Orient Bambino. Those are excellent watches. And a Bambino keeps very accurate time for an automatic. No, because corrections officers are not allowed to have guns. Not allowed to have guns, nightsticks, or anything like that, because inmates can take it away. You just had to use your bare hands when you was a correction officer. No peppers. Only the sergeants carry pepper sprays, neither. So, nope, none of that stuff. Louis Farrakhan is anti-Semitic. He doesn't like Jews. I think Jasmine could take Richard in an arm wrestling contest. No, I've never been to Canada before. Like I said, once I visit all the states, if I go to Canada, it would be for the Toronto Pro. But I'm more interested in visiting the great states here in America. I am interested in going to Europe because I got business down there and I got a bunch of friends that I do want to visit, you know. But, you know, Europe and the UK is a civilized country, if you know what I mean, folks. Not trying to disseminate other countries or anything like that, you know. Just because my ancestors are from Africa doesn't mean I need to go to Africa. You know, being gay, they would beat my ass. And not only that, the truth of the matter is Africans have a serious issue with African Americans. There's a lot of beef between them, so figure that one out. Fancy watches are not exactly a waste of money. A Rolex is a good investment if you get it at a right price there. It's just something that I don't do. If you're going to buy a Rolex, make sure you get the best value for it. And just make sure you have insurance on it, and it'll go up in value. But if you buy a Rolex, buy it as an investment. That's good, Andrew. If you want big face watches, then get an Invicta. But definitely check out the Orient Bambino. That's what I recommend to people who don't want to spend so much on a watch but still want a good watch. And if you get a watch, get an automatic watch there. Now, even though this is quartz, most of my watches that I also wear are automatics. You ain't got to replace the batteries or anything like that. You ain't got to worry about stuff like that. As opposed to this, I have to replace the battery maybe every 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I smashed a Canadian guy before, you know. He kept going like, oi, oi, oi. It was kind of funny. Well, it doesn't surprise me if you did get blocked there, troll. But don't worry, I won't block you or anything like that. But you know that is a peculiar question there. Very weird. Top three, Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy, Crizzo, and probably who's that other guy? Andrew Jack, or excuse me, Big Ramy, Nick Walker, and then Crizzo. I forgot about Nick Walker. I didn't have much expectations with Nick Walker, but I think he's in shape to where he'll get a top three. 45 minutes, Raul. Would I date Sean T of Beachbody? Probably not. I don't even really know who that is. Maybe Power, I don't even. I somewhat know who he is. I know he's gay, and he's like some sort of fitness trainer. I didn't know he was really with Beachbody or so. That's some, I guess I learned something new today. It would definitely be a men's fest. Genova probably won't be at any other Ruby Classic because of that conservatorship. I'm not sure if Lenny or Jay, but it would be great mints. Yep, you missed the cigar. But of course, that's what the replay is all about. Lunsford's looking good, but I think he's going to be out of the top three. But I think prejudging should be going on right now, actually. No, I wouldn't date 50 Cent because in his prime, he was a criminal. Mm. I mean, anyone that dates him would have to have a bulletproof vest on, so. Who ignores you, Scatman? I always answer all your questions there. Whose channel are you talking about? You know, Beachbody was going great until they got into that network marketing scheme. You know, I don't even know why they ever did that for. I always properly snuff out my cigars. I do have another one though, but I'm gonna save that for tomorrow morning. I don't know why my throat is kind of sore there tonight from talking so much. It's probably because I've been on the phone all day. Mm. Yeah, I've been on the phone all day talking to customers. Like I said, the holiday season is very busy. No, I'm not going to smoke it. I've not spoken to Cuban ever since I yelled at him, so. If conservative Cuban gets involved in the bodybuilding and fitness industry, you know, I may actually decide to discuss things with him, but he isn't. He's a peasant, you know. If you're not involved in the bodybuilding fitness industry and you're just hanging on someone's dick, then what good are you anyway? I mean, Beachbody had a lot of good programs available, but once they started doing that network marketing for a bit, it just messed up the brand a bunch. I would rather live. Well, first off, Lenny probably a condo with Genova. Both houses could be clean, but Lenny's would take a long time, and even when it was cleaned, it was still it was still a piss hole. You know. A condo can always be cleaned up. You know, a condo's worth more than a apartment anyway. Chris Aceto. I haven't spoken with him in a couple of years, but you know, he knows his work when in terms of nutrition is concerned. I like his ex-wife Laura Cravalli there. You know, she was a great, excellent competitor. But I have no problems with Chris Aceto whatsoever. It usually doesn't snow in the South, Andy. It gets very cold, but it's very rare that it snows. But it did snow a little bit last year, so if it snows, it's only gonna it'll snow, and then the snow would melt by the afternoon. But we've had some years to where there's been ice storms. Yes, but they're not bodybuilding channels. Pablo in Tokyo, Tasting History, Townsend. I watch his live streams. Cigars Daily. I do watch Kenny KO and more plates, more dates nowadays here. I watch also the Time Teller. Yeah, there's a number of major channels here. A lot of channels I watch are, I watch a number of bodybuilding and fitness related, but I also watch a bunch of other ones, especially history ones. I love history. That's why I like Townsend's. Townsend's is a good it's something really good to watch. And you learn a lot about colonial times and stuff. So Pierre Taro doesn't like aceto one bit. Raul, ew, no. I'm not even going to unfreeze that. He probably would fix me a steak there, but I wouldn't eat it. Yeah, taste in history. You learn. I mean, like I said, I like a lot of history YouTube channels. I like a lot of learning channels there. I don't like Kardashian stuff. I don't watch James Charles or who played that Fred Figglehorn guy or anything like that. I like channels that talk about history, something to where you get at least an education, you get some knowledge there. I think those are channels those are channels to where you can truly respect them. Now, of course, I run a Mints channel. This is a Piss Troopers channel and stuff like that. But not every channel on YouTube or anything should be one. They shouldn't be a James Charles channel or anything like that. It's good that channels like Townsend's is around. Never heard of her? Well, just type in Townsend's on YouTube and you can watch some of his stuff. Some crime and mystery documentaries I like there. I don't keep up with UFOs, Athens. I mean, the thing about it is there are aliens out there. They probably just don't want to visit because we're a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. And if they actually ever showed up, we'd probably try to launch an atomic bomb at them. So, Raul, come on, man, really? Next question. I don't even know why you asked me that type of stuff for anyway. Oh well. You won't get banned by me, so yeah, I'm too lazy to do stuff like that. Oh boy. Yeah, Lenny and Genova, I can definitely teach them how to cook, clean, and dress themselves there. That would be good mints, actually. Yeah, tell me about it, Andrew. He's always with the piss questions here. I'm gonna have to start charging him $10 every single time he puts something like that in chat or so forth. So far, Raul, you owe me $20 in donations. Oh boy. I've never had that happen before, Bean Smasher. Well, Raul, he hasn't ruined his mom's place because it's his mom's place. You know, when it comes to your mom's place, you're going to get cracked in the back of the head if you go and mess it up. I've never met Rob from Judas Priest. They're a good band, though. But no, I've never been to a Judas Priest concert neither. Athens, that will never happen. It would be good mints, but it'd be a big mess too. I'm not a big fan of coconut oil because of all the saturated fat in it there. There's a lot more healthier ones like macadamia nut oil, but I don't use any coconut oil at all. Plus, it gives an odd flavor to foods. I didn't know that that Janoy's mother wanted the. That would have been a disaster. KCB, it was bound to happen. Genova was just going wild with all sorts of things there, you know. Uh, eventually that all good things must come to an end. I'm for the most part done watching any playoff or college bowl games here. I mean, I'm still watching them while I'm working, of course, on Saturdays. But I mean, all the teams that I wanted that I was checking on are pretty much done and over with. Hey, Julian, how you doing there? Welcome to the show. 30 minutes left, so if you got any questions, get them in. Scatman, I don't have a penile health regimen. I have no problems with my penile. Now, at my age, sometimes it takes a little longer to get it going, But it's like an old car. Sometimes you gotta, you turn on the engine, you gotta wait until it warms up. Yeah, when you get older, things don't work as quick as before. I remember growing up to where I can pound someone like two or three times and keep going, but not at this age. You know, 4 minutes. That's all I got. That's all you're getting. 4 minutes. Yep, a little bit longer than a one-round boxing match. Knockout's gonna come real quick. 4 minutes is all I got, folks. That's all I got these days. No, Jay Masters is not a real investigator. A lot of information on Romano has been floating around for a while, and Anthony Roberts has a lot of the information too. So he has Blaha does have some Dahmer tendencies here, you know, but that would be with any typical nutcase. I don't know, KCB. I don't know. Hey, Bean Smash. Like I said, I'm 45 years old and I'm tired. My body weary. 4 minutes. That's it. Once I get my nut, if you don't get your nut, too bad. you just out of luck if you don't get your nut. I'm gonna get mine. You best get yours. Raul, I used to go for a while. I mean, I used to go for hours, and I do mean hours back in the day. Especially when I was dieting for a show and everything like that, man. Woo, boy. Toe some asses up there, I'm telling you, man. I could have made some serious porno movies. No, Raul, I don't fuck for speed. That's just all I got, man. That's all I got. I got like 300,000 miles there, bruh. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm okay with Romano there. Like I said, it's we've been beefing for like 25 years. I mean, people. I mean, you can't go at someone like that for 25 freaking years. And you know, what is my pet peeve? My pet peeve is people that get on social media and you know how you type something in, but they use those big giant words and the goofy backgrounds and stuff like that just so everyone can see it. I really hate attention whores. I also don't like gay people that purposely talk with an effeminate voice there. Use your real goddamn voice there. Don't try to up it up just for shits and giggles there. If you have an, if you have an effeminate voice, fine, you know. But if you have a regular voice, just use your regular voice. Don't talk like you have it there. Because sometimes I hear people talking like that, and all of a sudden it goes back down to regular, and I like, aha, caught your motherfucking ass. You know, that's a pet peeve. I don't know if that's based or not there. I suppose it is there, but I mean, you folks have heard that before, you know. I mean, some gay people just gay it up too much, you know. You hear how I talk, right? I just use my regular voice. I don't try to talk it up to be anything else other than that, you know. It's a serious problem in the LGBT community. Just be yourself these days. Also wearing all sorts of sparkles and shit, you know. I don't like flashy people, gay or straight, you know. You know, that's actually another pet peeve. I don't like people that wear big giant logos like Gucci or anything like that. It makes you look cheap as fuck, you know. I don't know how many people have asked me that question. No, I'm not watching the Olympia. I'm not spending $70. Fuck them motherfuckers. If I'm going to spend $70, I'm going to the Swordfish Club like I'm doing tomorrow. So that's swordfish money there, you know. I don't think I'm a prominent person. I'm just an industry worker, Greg. I mean, that's the way I consider myself, you know. I think my rise to prominence, if anything, was a 2004 Metrolina, excuse me, the original Genova before Genova was ever around, and then of course there was the Billy Gunn's pose down. But for the most part, I've worked in the industry, sold steroids and stuff like that. You know, I don't think of myself as being prominent. Some people do, but you know, oh well. To each his own. There, I would consider it the same as a bodybuilder. You know, I've always feel like I'm a small person, but when I take a picture with a regular person, then that's the only time I realize just how big I am. Andrew, I don't do live streams for donations. I do it just to hang out with people, you know, to get in touch with folks there, you know. That's why you guys can ask me a question without paying me anything. But I won't do any extra feminine stuff there. It just doesn't work for me. That's just not my thing. I no longer have any mesh shirts left there. I mean, I had them in early 2000 when it was a style to go when you go to a club there, but you know, I leave the childish things behind with my childhood. I don't exactly remember him, Raul. I really don't. Just haven't heard that name in quite some time. If I don't hear someone's name or have a discussion with them in a while, I pretty much have that amnesia type thing. No, Blaha isn't competing at the Mr. O. He's probably doing some sort of powerlifting thingamajig. Well, it's the midnight run, Scat Man, so it runs till midnight. Right now, it's 11:37 p.m., so there's 23 minutes left in the show. Richard's mind is not the issue. The issue is that he works too much and he's willing to do anything for money, you know. I have no more shiny jackets or pants. That's a late 90s 2000 style. Yeah, I flipped around the glow sticks back in the day, much like everybody else. I was actually pretty good at it too. But yeah, glow sticks were a thing is in the late 90s, so yeah. I mean, in the 80s, I also did breakdancing too, so. That is true, KCB, but what I like doing usually is getting to the. I usually like pinpointing the source of the issue. Yes, his mind is slush, but why is it slush? You know? And it's because it's overworked. He's burned out from publicly humiliating himself for the past 2 years. I never wore Doc Martin boots in the 90s. I never wore Doc Martin boots at all. That was something that skaters wore. I think people that wear Doc Martin boots now are, people that walk around a lot there. They have that gel cushioning. I think they're pretty comfortable. Well, James, yes, I've said that a million times. B12 is good for you, but don't inject it. Just take a tablet for it and you'll be fine. You don't need to spend all that money for it unless you have a B12 deficiency. That's the only time you should inject it. Be nice, Julian. No Bean Smasher, no Crip Walk today. Now, if you donate like $200, I'll definitely do a Crip Walk for you. Actually, I still wouldn't actually, so. I'll do the Crip Walk for free whenever I have the time for it. You ain't got to pay me for that. I think that's not too much to ask. So, but you'll have to wait on that. If I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do it on a live stream. I'll do it on a regular video. Raul, you don't really need a. I mean, you can just go to Walmart and just get one of those Soul Ray blends there. B12 is cheap to get. You don't need to really get an expensive brand. Just get B12. Really? Julian, that doesn't really surprise me one bit. I don't know what him and Jasmine are doing now, but I don't, again, that's something that I definitely don't want to know. Raul, Progman's a great has donated enough there. I would like some of you to actually donate if you wish or so forth there. But Pugman has taken good care of me, and I've been able to put money back into this channel. So you guys should thank him for all the extra stuff y'all get on the channel, as well as extra the additional live streams that we'll be doing in the future and stuff. So. But again, I don't really do live streams. I don't do live streams for donations, folks. I don't care. I mean, I like getting donations, but that's not the purpose of this channel. It's just to keep in touch with my fans, the fellow piss troopers and everything like that. And people think I'm BS. I'm not BSing on that, okay? Because, I was doing these live streams long before anyone was donating anything. So, as well as, I have like 800 and some YouTube videos here. I did YouTube videos for like 2 or 3 years without a dime. So, I'll just leave it like that. So, yeah, I agree. You shouldn't give out dating advice if you don't know shit. So, no, I never wore Jinko jeans here. I never wore baggy. I never wore baggy stuff like that. It just looked ridiculous. It's already came ahead, KCB. It's only going to get worse if they don't go on vacation. That's exactly right. Richard spends too much time on the internet going to Wikipedia and checking all the research and everything like that. There's a thing about book smarts, and then there's a thing about street smarts. Richard doesn't have any street smarts whatsoever, Raul, they still sell the B form droppers. They still got them. You can also order them through Walmart as well. Yes, Scatman, this is live. I've worn hats. You guys have seen my other hat and everything, so but I've never wore ball caps here. It's was never my thing. It is 11:43 p.m. You got 17 minutes left. Richard gets offended by a lot of people that are smarter than him. Well, you got about $490 left to go before you see a crip walk. But thanks again for the donation there, Bean Smasher. KCB, I have no answer behind that. I really don't. I have there's no explanation by it there. And I don't want to be mean or anything. I mean, I will joke sometimes, like I said, hit the eye formation like a motherfucker, so. It's good, Brandy. Folks, if you don't have much money and still you need a good, decent liquor or anything like that, get some good brandy, you know. What date is it? It's the 16th for the next 16 minutes here on the East Coast. I used to have a training partner back in the day, but not any longer, and I don't work in with people. If someone else is using a machine, then I'll just use another machine that works that same body part. Very simple. It's just a speakeasy bar, you know. People are dressed nice, other people are in casual clothes or so forth. Nobody is in flip flops. It's pretty much I would almost say it's a mix of conservatism or so forth. That would be the best way to describe it. It's not a place that most liberals will go to because it's a pretty expensive place to go to. But the best drinks around. No E and J. Ew. Never get E and J. No E and J, folks. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, no, no, nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Nope. Mm-mm. No! All right, next question. Yeah, Julian. Richard really should not do that type of stuff. You're up there ogling at other women while your wife's watching. Not a very smart idea. And doing it on a live stream is even worse, you know. I have a lot of mobility to do the sea walk or the crip walk. It's just you see that you see where the camera's positioned. I don't think Richard will tear. It would be impossible to tear a bicep to the point to where you lose a body part, unless it's to a point to where it cuts off blood circulation and you don't get to the hospital in time. But I've never heard of that ever happening. I'm sure it's happened before. Now, if you're at a party and that's the only thing there, then you ain't got much of a choice there. But yeah, it's gonna give you a headache there. Stay away from the cheap stuff. Like I said, the Symbol brandy is only $14 for a bottle of it. There, you know, and it's not going to give you a headache. No, I've never tried LSD before. Well, he would definitely have to enjoy porn since he does porn, you know. So I could see him enjoying porn because he does porn. Remember, he has an OnlyFans page. Well, they're gonna immediately get him fixed up to a point to where if he needs additional medication or so forth, the where it's gonna be done later, they're still gonna do the initial stuff immediately. So he's taking a lot of medication there, and that's not good for him. He should have a good smoke and some brandy. If he had that, he wouldn't be so crackers or anything. Has anyone found out? One of y'all go up there and find out why he cut his stream early. I'm sure it'll show on the last part there. I agree with you, Julian. He could have really invested his money, and I'm not. That doesn't mean he doesn't have any money in the bank, but if he has money in the bank, I mean, with all his expenses, it's going to be drained very quickly, which is probably why he still continues these live streams pretty hardcore. What do you think he'll tear next? He's going to tear his elbow again. He's going to tear his knee again. Probably his knee first there before anything else. Yeah, weed is a better antidepressant. You ever seen an angry pothead before? I've never ran into an angry pothead in my entire life. Raul, I do stretch in the morning when I get up. I also drink about a quart of water as well. It's always good to drink plenty of water when you get up in the morning. But I do stretch like anyone else here, like uh but the biggest thing is you have to get your water in. So I fill my water up overnight when I get up. Go 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 go. Hmm. PS5, that's a lot of medication there. So not being your doctor, it's always important to listen to your doctor, but uh I would consult with some other doctors if they got you on 7 prescribed medicine. I'm being real with you on that. Oh yes, I've definitely smoked weed before. And like I said, we wouldn't have so many problems if people smoked weed. But on the other hand, I wouldn't want someone driving around that smokes weed there. So it has its positives and negatives. But one thing's for sure, and I'll say this again, I've never ran into an angry pothead before. What's a good alcohol that's a bit pricey but not too pricey? Probably ABK6 cognac. But it's also going to depend on what type of alcohol that you actually get. You guys have also seen me drink Virgil Cane bourbon before. But I mean, there's a number. But if you want something real fancy but not too pricey, which is what I'm thinking that you're the type of question you're asking me, then I would go with ABK6 cognac. No, don't take no synthetic marijuana. Get the real stuff. Get the stuff that grows out from the ground. No synthetic anything. Definitely not that stuff. It's not even marijuana. That's you're talking about K. What do they call it? K2, K6, or something like that. No, don't do that type stuff. Nope, 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 no, 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 nope, 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 no, 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 nope, 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 no, 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 nope, 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 nope. All All right, folks, we got like 8 minutes left there, so get your questions in right now before we close out the live stream. St. Remy is okay there. I've had it before at a friend's house, you know. Yeah, Blaha has definitely provided a bunch of mints here, so. Definitely has provided a bunch of mints. Blaha can't train vegan gains simply because he's so physically hurt. He wouldn't be physically indestructible. Richard would fall apart the minute he tries one of Blaha's exercises. Julian, the way it's going right now, it's going to end really bad if they don't go and take a vacation there. It's going to end pretty bad if they don't get things cleared up. No, Blaha doesn't know how to deal with people. I mean, I got plenty of people that's trolled me for many years. You don't see me bitching about that, you know. And in fact, the reason why the trolls really get on them because they know it's going to get to them. That's the same with Richard there. Whenever they do that beep 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 thing, the voice channel and stuff like that, they know it gets on his nerves. Anna Luisa Hernandez in Compton, California, the great one says, "What's up?" Oh yeah, I love Canadian whiskey. It's good stuff there. Yeah, Canadians do know how to make a good whiskey. I mean, personally, I prefer Scotch though. So. Yeah, I don't think no. Well, let me answer this one first. Karate Combat. Uh, I do remember the movie there, but I didn't know they made it into an actual event. Is it like Bloodsport or something? But I guess people will make anything, I suppose. No, I don't think no. I definitely wouldn't want to be next to Richard when he is gonna snap eventually. No, I've never smoked hay. I've rolled around in the hay with another person there. You know, if it helps. I'm not a big fan of Glenlivet whiskey. It's okay there. Like I said, when it comes to any type of alcohol, you got to find your own stuff that agrees with you there. It's the same with cigars because there's so many varieties of alcohol. There's so many varieties of cigars. You just got to figure it out there, you know. All right, folks, we got 4 minutes left here. Get your questions in. Bean Smasher. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, boy. I'm not sure. I mean, I only know of one Glenlivet there, so. I've always been, when it comes to any type of whiskey there, I mean, I prefer Scotch, the Duncan Taylor stuff. Now, Hilton Head Distillery has Whiskey Girl, but it usually comes in flavors, so it's not really my thing or so forth. Big Ramy is winning the Mr. Olympia. I don't think anyone's going to beat him. I've not watched a How to Drink channel on here. Best beer, as far as mass produced, I would say Corona. I think that's the best mass produced beer. Uh, hmm. Now, what I normally drink is, I don't know, I got a brain freeze, like a Suga. I drink a Japanese beer generally when I'm having sushi, so I don't really drink beer too often. I've been to Gold's Gym many times here, but I've been to. If you're talking about his gym, yes, I've been to it before. Nick Walker is will probably hit that's I already mentioned before. He'll probably hit the top three, but he's not going to win. No, Raul. Brokeback Mountain was the guys were fucking in a tent before. I've never fucked in a tent before. Stella Artois is perfect. Yeah, that's what it is, KCB. That's what it is. No, KCB's got it there. There's actually a store that actually sells it that I will go to. All right, folks, 1 minute left, and we going to get a little Sanford and Son to close out here. So get your questions in. Hey, Bean Smasher, the stuff is good with sushi. Trust me on that. No, Julian, but enemas are good for you there. It's always good to clean out your ass, like once or twice a month. But I do keep them there, but not for gay sex or anything. In fact, that's not actually good for you because it actually dries it out there if you do it too many times. So, all right, folks, it's midnight. We're gonna close it out with a little Sanford and Son. I want to thank everyone that's donated. I want to also thank everyone that's tuned in, ask questions. Always good to holler at you folks. It's the weekend now. It is midnight. It is Saturday. Let's get that Sanford and Son going. Woo! You ready? Let's get it on, folks. It's Saturday, folks. It's the weekend, baby. See you, Space Cowboy. It's not good for you, Raw. 5 enemas? No. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me. You folks have a good night. Peace and soul.